Getting to know our airport and runway signs and markings is one of the first things we learn when we start to study to become a private or remote pilot. Our runways all have numbers according to the magnetic heading that you would be facing if you are landing or taking off on one of these runways. If there is more than one runway facing in the same direction, then we use the letter L for left, the letter R for right, and the letter C for center. Our runway center line is a dashed white line. Each one of those lines is 120 feet long with 80-foot gaps in between. And our taxiway has a yellow center line and yellow taxiway edge lines to let you know where the taxiway ends. Here we see the threshold followed by the runway number, and after that first runway center line dash, you can see the touchdown zone markings. And these are the aiming point markings. If there is a yellow X on the runway, that means the runway is closed. The white arrows at the beginning of the runway denote a displaced threshold, which is not suitable for landing but is okay for taxiing, takeoff, and for the end of your landing roll if you've landed from the opposite direction. Here we see a hold short line with two solid yellow lines on one side and dashed yellow lines on the other side. It means when you are coming from the side of the solid lines, you must stop and get permission from ATC before crossing over to the other side, which will be towards the runway from the taxiway. And lastly, if you see these yellow chevrons at the end of the runway, that means that you are not to use that part of the runway at all. It is for overrun and also for mitigating the jet blast coming from large aircraft.